Good morning, and welcome.
We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
I don't know what is happening on my end. Good morning. Can you let me know if in the chat if you're hearing me? My system keeps frozen on my end. Can you hear me in the chats? Good morning. Good morning, and welcome. Good morning and welcome to We Are Confused. He said, she said, but we are confused. And confusion is not an accident. It is rather, thank you all for saying you're hearing me. Confusion is not an accident. It is rather by design. You would want to ask yourself, who is fooling us and why are they fooling us? Good morning, and good afternoon if you're on the London timeline. Good afternoon. I've kind of adjusted my green screen because summer is coming and I want to have a window open so I can view the street while I'm live and have more brighter view, but you may see more glare, so I apologize for that. We have to engage and encourage the brightness. It's also telling me on my end that my connection is unstable. It's like that some of the time the BT open research van is just downstairs my building here doing some work on the internet system, so I don't know, but we'll tugger along. Miss Monroe Ellis needs to come out Miss Monroe Ellis needs to come out and clear her name. At this moment, Miss Monroe Ellis is being made to look incompetent in public. This is how I understand all of what is going on. And this morning I'm going to read for you a nationwide article that was posted yesterday. But before I read that one for you, I want to go into a letter sent to Dr. Tufton from Dr. Dawes. Good morning, and welcome. Good morning to my community party. Good morning to my family members. Good morning to all my members, my subscribers, my followers, my moderators, my supporters. Good morning and welcome to you all. Good morning to those on the X, to those on the Twitch, on Facebook and on YouTube. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Sunshine, good morning and welcome. In London, Monday is a day where it is the most miserable day for, in the UK, rather. Nobody likes Monday much. However, we tug on when Monday comes. Colleen Humphreys, good morning. Patrick Evans, good morning. Michelle Lewis Wilson, good morning. Sharon, good morning. Jason Kane, JericanTV.com. Elaine Turner, good morning. Good morning. Hero Bottom, good morning. Good morning to Georgia Dennis. Good morning, Kathy Walters. The Cranston System, good morning. Beulah, good morning. Winston Darkin, Rosemary Samuels. Good morning, all, and welcome. Cooking with Elaine, good morning. Rosalie Ricketts, good morning. Amazing Grace, good morning. OPPS officials, good morning. Dwayne Angon, good morning. JP, good morning. Simone Bedford, Limits. Silly, good morning. Light Grime, good morning. Abena Suzuki, good morning. Good morning, all, and welcome. Good morning. Yes, good morning, all. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Let me pull up Dr. Dawes' photo while I read his letter. Lastly, good morning. Good morning and welcome. Because Miss Monroe Ellis, in my view, has been made to look incompetent in public. A woman with such reputation and so much under her belt professionally need to make clear to the public it is true that she did not observe, submit the reports. She did not submit the reports properly. I think I'm frozen again. Millicent Jones, good morning. Am I freezing on your end? Because it keeps happening on my end. Just let me know, please. Good morning, Millicent Jones. Let me know if it's freezing on your end. Shauna Smith, good morning. Good morning. Sandra Ellis, I haven't seen you, but good morning. I know you're always listening and busy. Deanne Campbell, good morning. Cousin Jamie, Sim, good morning. Okay, Debbie Jarvis is saying I'm good. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. Right, let me bring up Dr. Dawes while I read through, because I'm going to have to, this is on my phone, and I'm going to have to squint my eye to see what I'm reading. So let me get to it. Opposition call on Ministry of Health and Wellness to clarify contract detail with the Phoenix partnership. And this is for immediate release by Dr. Dawes, and this was put out this morning or sometime after midnight, because it's dated for the 25th of March. Kingston, Jamaica, 25th of March. Dr. Alfred Dawes, the opposition spokesman on health and wellness, is urging. Why is this thing jumping all over the place? Is urging Minister of Health and Wellness to provide transparency regarding its contract with the Phoenix Partnership for the digitalization of electronic health records. The significance of this contract has been highlighted due to recent events involving the Phoenix Partnership owner, Frank Hester, who has been embroiled in a controversy following racial abuse. Hey, it's this picture. So I think I'll recover in picture. But I did the story last week with that racist man and Diane Abbott. Diane Abbott was the first Black British female MP. And as I said to you last week, this woman has endured a plethora of racism, from the British institution, from those of her colleague in Parliament to the British media, the Jewish lobby, and all of who can throw racism at her the moment she speaks up for the Black community, especially when she speaks up for young Black boys. Lloyd Williams, good morning. The significance, let me start over this paragraph. The significance of this contract has been highlighted due to the recent event involving Phoenix Partnership owner Frank Hester, who was being embroiled in a controversy following racist abuse remarks directed at the Member of Parliament, Diane Abbott. Hester and accepted comments have sparked widespread condemnation and demand for accountability, including protests urging that the millions of contribution made to that's the Conservative Party be returned, as well as call for the National Service to cancel their contract with Phoenix Partnership. Ministry of Health and Wellness and the government of Jamaica, on the other hand, and Jamaica people no need to rise up against this. I'm going to speak to you afterwards. The Ministry of Health and Wellness and the government of Jamaica, on the other hand, have been silent on the matter. So I insult to injury, Dr. Dawes is saying, the fact that Hester does business in Jamaica has been used by Lord Merlin as proof that Hester cannot be racist. It is Hester's word that says he hates all Black women. It is Hester's word that said he wants to shut Diane Abbott. But let me continue. The government of Jamaica is allowing its dealing with Hester to be used as a rebuttal to the victimization of Black Britain. Hey, this government, hey, woo, keep your peace, Wayne. Keep your peace. The diaspora on their supporters is an egregious offense against our proud history of struggle against oppression. Beyond the moral objection to conduct business with an overt racist and open Donald Trump racist. An imperialist, an investor who profit, one of those of the corporation lot, who is the continuum of normalized slavery. But continue. We need to understand where me, Butty, and a Dr. Daza say everything. Sorry, me read confusing. Beyond the moral objection to conducting business with an overt racist, there are serious concerns surrounding procurement process of the contract. The initial request for proposals invited tenders for a $2.4 million US contract, and yet the contract signed with Phoenix Partnership was valid at Kiss Me Bangarang, $5 million US. All right, no say me dunce. Hey, if me so dunce, because I know I don't like when me call myself dunce, but pardon me. It was Nigel Clark who talked to us about, or the JLP talked to us about fiscal prudence. Why me dunce? $2.4 million US. But Jamaica gave the contract to Phoenix for $5 million US. So the government saw it fit that 2.6 million of your money could be thrown to one of their friends, while they could get it done for 2.4 million US dollars. When I don't say we have money for waste. Talk to Patricia Matthews, P. Richards. When I don't say we have money for waste. We are asking for clarification as to why there is a variation of over 100%. Because if they're going to get it for 2.4 and them take it for 2.5, so them gone 100% over, because 2.4 is 100% of 2.4. And them cut the deal for 2.6. Some you know me dunce. Good dunce. There's advert being pushed. Let me. Thank you and welcome back. I noticed adverts were being pushed, so I held back a bit. We are asking for clarification as to why there's a variation of over 100% when the Ministry of Health is facing question as to how Cornwall Regional Hospital project has been cost overrun, costing taxpayers $20 billion, up from $2 billion. When I say I get on with numbers, no, sir. Why? This is so scandalous. Additionally, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is still unable to account for how much more than 400 million was spent during COVID-19 response, and is one of two ministries figured by the accountant general as not being able to explain adequately for $1.3 trillion. The other ministry being the Ministry of Education, under the watch of former Minister Ruel Reid, Dr. Dawes emphasizes the urgent need for the ministry to add both moral and financial concept to this issue. The lack of transparency and accountability is unacceptable, especially considering the scrutiny from both the international community and the Jamaican taxpayers. Dr. Alfred Dawes, opposition spokesman on health and wellness. Now, this is a man who is going to be in charge of your health record, Jamaican women. I'm speaking to Jamaican women directly. I am speaking to Jamaican women directly. Frank Hester. Let me see if I can pull up the germs. Hester is going to be in charge of your medical records. Not only that, an explicit racist is going to be in charge of your medical record. But you know what? Your government cut a deal with a known racist over 100%, for over 100% of what they could have struck that deal for. Your government struck a deal with this racist in order to manipulate and profit on your medical records. The people of Jamaica, the women, the black women that this man hates, the black woman that this man wants killed. It's been widely asked in Britain that his money be returned to him. But Jamaica is rather being used. The Jamaica government and their deal with racist Hester is now being used as a rebuttal to his behavior against black women. Are you, the woman of Jamaica, prepared to hand over your personal and medical records to a racist organization? Will you at home just let this slide because the British public isn't letting it slide over here? The black community isn't allowing it to slide over here. Are you going to allow this racist to have full control over your medical records and your personal details when this organization can sell your details, which carries your DNA, blood type, and everything? You want them to sell your detail to those who are practicing Game of Thrones with pathogen? Do you know that in the scientific community, a virus can be created to target specific DNA? Are you prepared to hand over $5 million US of our Jamaican taxpayer money. Douglas, good morning. Lady J Love, good morning. Khalifa Richards, Evan Green, good morning. Paula Shelley, good morning and welcome. Sonia Newman Smith, Colleen Richards, good morning, good morning. Will the women of Jamaica, particularly because this man have a gripe and hatred for black women. This man have a gripe and a hatred for black women. Are you going to, one, let your government pass over your information to a racist organization? But not only that, for a deal 100% higher than what your government could have had it done for. They could have had it done for 2.4 million US. They cut a deal with racist Frank Hester for $5 million US. You, the people of Jamaica, money. A man who hates black women to the point where he wants to shot them. And your government don't see the need to rescind such a contract, Violet Watson, with such a billionaire behind such an organization. How can we stop this? Well, first thing you need to all start contacting the Ministry of Health. They are the ones who are responsible for that contract. You also need to contact your MP, wherever in Jamaica you are. Contact your MP and tell them, if you do not encourage Dr. Tufton to rescind this contract with this racist, then you cannot depend on our vote come next September. If you, the woman of Jamaica, wants to stop this, you must, one, put pressure on the Ministry of Health, write them, make sure you write them and phone them. Just don't phone them, because when there's an area of dispute, and I notice Jamaicans do that a lot, when there's an area of dispute, you start picking up your phone and call these people. Never be in a dispute. I will answer to you, Sharon. Never be in a dispute with any public body or private organization and pick up your phone and call them. Even if you pick up your phone and call them, after you've put your phone down, you get on your computer or on your phone and you start writing. Further to our you date your letter, further to our conversation, I write to explain to you the details of our conversation, and you write what you explain to them on the phone. They respond to you in the conversation, and you make sure that is sent to the organization. But never be in a dispute with an organization and pick up your phone and call them and think you're going to get anywhere. They will just tell you, we're not aware of it, or we were never told. Make sure, Joshua Willis, good morning. Joshua Willis on Twitch. Make sure it's always documented. That's the only way you're going to provide proof of your communication. By telephone, you won't be able to provide, even if you have record to say, I called, but you won't be able to say what the conversation was. Always document things. Now, as I said, how we deal with this particular issue is targeting the Ministry of Health. You need to write to Chris Tufton's office as much of you stating the issue. Write down the name, Frank Hester. Once you type in his name in your Google search bar, you can find, one second, an advert being pushed. Just let me hold back for a few seconds. Yes, welcome back. I'm observing when the advert's been pushed so I can hold back a bit. So what you all need to do is write to the Ministry of Health. Also, you're going to write to your MP. You're going to explain the issue to them. Dr. Dawes' letter, I'm going to post it on my Facebook page when I'm finished as well. You can also refer to the letter from Dr. Dawes. Also, make your MP be aware, Conrad Pitgrave, good morning, that your vote for them, Antonia Wagwan, Claudia Hines, good morning. Your vote for them at the next election depend on them standing against racism and oppression, and that the deal with Frank Hester, the open racist, must be rescinded. If it takes that, you must go to the Ministry of Health and demonstrate. The women organization, the women's movement in the People's National Party, you should all come together, apply for the permit, and stage a demonstration. If not, go to the National Heroes Circle, stage a demonstration. They need to know that you are aware, you are listening, you are engaged, because this is how them sit down and play the parties and politics and get away with it, because we are not engaged. Jamaica people, we're only engaged in the politics on majority from nomination to election day. After that, we all go back into our sleeper cell. And that leaves them time to ram raid over our country. Robert McKnight over on Facebook, good morning and welcome. This is why they are allowed to ram raid through your country at every level, because the minute election is over, we take our eyes off them. But this, if you allow it to go ahead, you're handing over your medical records to a racist who wants to see Black women killed. A billionaire who probably would have links to people like Anthony Fauci, who is willing to play Game of Thrones with diseases and target you by your DNA and your blood type. Colleen James, good morning. No, them not see them stop me and you. You don't see the Jamaica Labour Party is using, that's what Dr. Dawes is saying, the Jamaica Party, the Jamaica Lion Party is allowing Frank Hester's lot to use this as a rebuttal to say Frank Hester cannot be racist because he's doing business with the Jamaican government. This government shows no respect for the people, no loyalty for country. It's all about their private investors. They could have got this for 2.6 million US dollars less. The deal they signed with this racist, Denise Hall, good morning. The deal they signed with this racist, they could have got it for 2.6 million US dollars less. Brittany Lyon, good morning. and your government signed a deal with an open races for $5 million US. Rolly Roberts, good morning. Do not let this slide. From last week, the issue of this man and his racism and his connection to the Conservative Party. Don't forget that the Jamaica Labour Party is also the Jamaica Conservative Party. Are we going to allow this to slide? I'm going to come back on this very issue tonight. But I want to turn my attention to the Pamela Monroe Ellis issue. Bear with. You bear with. Right. Sorry about the advert disturbance, people. No, no, say so. Me make me look a pittance to continue my work. Sean Smith, good morning. So sorry for the adverts. YouTube chooses when they push them. But on a know say, I saw me make me look a pittance from my work. Hold on a second. I am live. I will call you back when I'm done. Right, the Integrity Commission. These are your commissioners. These are your commissioners at the Integrity Commission. Why my mouse behave so slow and tagged this morning? Use my finger. Right, these are your commissioners at the Integrity Commission. Yeah? You have Justice Seymour Panton, who is the chair, retired justice. You have Mrs. Pamela Monroe Ellis, one of the commissioner, the only female on the commission. Retired Justice Lloyd Hibbert. And you also have Mr. Eric Crawford and Mr. Wayne Powell. Those are your 5 commissioners. Miss Monroe Ellis have quite a lot under her belt. An awful lot under Mrs. Monroe Ellis's belt. So to see it's being portrayed in public as Miss Monroe Ellis is incompetent and all of a sudden don't know how to do our job anymore, then I think she's under a duty to clear her name, because we in the public sphere, screenshot that please, look at Mrs. Ellis CV. Look at her bio for yourself. Screenshot it so you can have it to read for yourself. But Miss Monroe Ellis is in the business of doing these audits and submitting reports for years. She was appointed as Auditor General for Jamaica in 2008. 2012, She was appointed to the board, the international board, the Board of International Federation of Accountants. She served there 6 years. She served an audit community and chaired government community for 3 years. She served as chartered accountant for Jamaica for 15 years. Many different member appointed to or member of many different boards, including in the Caribbean and the United Kingdom. How then are we to believe that a woman with all of this experience in auditing and reporting under her belt, all of a sudden the Prime Minister's wife, JC, good morning. Real Black Woman, good morning and welcome. Mary Messenger TV, good morning, how are you? All of a sudden, Miss Monroe Ellis seems to don't know how to do her job anymore. Monica Harton, good morning, good morning. All of a sudden, Mrs. Ellis don't seem to know how to do her job anymore. The Prime Minister and his wife is making Mrs. Ellis look incompetent. The argument them keep killing up themselves about there's no report from the Integrity Commission. The 2 reports that they sent back to Miss Monroe Ellis is from the Integrity Commission. It's no longer a single body. The whole thing was merged as one under the Integrity Commission. So if Mr. Golden says, report from the Integrity Commission, Blue Waves, good morning. He's not lying. He's not misinforming us. Reports from Miss Ellis at the Auditor General desk is reports from the Integrity Commission. Have Mrs. Ellis been threatened? Because remember, one of them will work in the Integrity, did get shot last year or something like that. So, you remember that incident there? You remember the incident of one of the people at the Integrity Commission that was shot? Is Mrs. Ellis been threatened? Because I don't see why a woman with such an outstanding career, this Prime Minister, is what you call a self-made woman. Not a nepotistically stolen wealth, self-made Prime Minister. She has audited track record, compliance track record under her belt. Baron Muir, good morning and welcome. So to come out and use the word integrity to create a big problem, it's a farcical, because it is one organization. It is no more this over here, so that over there. So it's all under one body, the Integrity Commission. So that was the first place they sought to confuse you. Veteran, what happened? That was the first place they sought to confuse you. But ask yourself why they send back the report when they don't know what report was being spoken about. Noel Williams. Why did they send back the report? But let me read this conundrum. Sorry. I'm waiting. Yes, it come over to you now. Right. Title. Parliament advice Auditor General law not observed in treatment of two reports urges compliance. And this was dated yesterday. Parliament has encouraged the Auditor General Department that it should follow the law which governs treatment of reports before they are submitted to the House of Representatives for tabling. Nationwide News understands that this was the basis upon which, notice who them always give them fluffer tender for come tell you over Granny Sauce. Always from over Auntie Sauce. Them send them news carrying. Nationwide News understands that this was the basis upon which two reports were sent back to the Auditor General Department by the clerk of the House, following a ruling by the Prime Minister's side wife, Juliet Holness. Parliament reportedly sent back the two reports to the Auditor General after the side wife was advised by the Parliament's legal counsel that the Auditor General did not comply with the requirement of the document, the requirement that the document should have been sent first to the minister responsible. Who would be that minister responsible? Possible Nigel Clark. Correspondence which was sent on the 8th of January 2024 by the clerk of the House of Parliament, Valerie Curtis, to Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis, said that the report were not sent for tabling in the House of Representatives in accordance with the provision of the law. The reports are a special audit for the Financial Services Commission and a special audit for Tax Administration Jamaica. So who would be the minister responsible for that report? Would it be Nigel Clark? This is a snippet from the letter. Please be advised that the aforementioned reports are being returned to you in accordance with the ruling of Rhoda Matey that all reports from the Auditor General, which are an auditor for public body, will be tabled in accordance with Section 30 of the Financial Administration and Audit Act, or Section 13, subsection A of the Public Administration and Audit Act and the procedure outlined therein, said the correspondent from the clerk to the Auditor General. This is, they've put in section 30 here and section 13 somewhere down the bottom. Section 30 of the FFA Act says the Auditor General report on examination and audit of any account audited pursuant to subsection 1 shall initially be submitted to the responsible minister for presentation, subject to requirements provision of the Act. So subsection 1 is here that says, notwithstanding anything, not allowing me to highlight that bit. So subsection 1 says, notwithstanding anything to the contrary contained in any other enactment. That means any rule in any other legislation that would contradict section 30, subsection 1. The Auditor General may, if he thinks fit, audit the accounts of any public body and shall do so if the House of Representatives, or shall do so if the House of Representatives by resolution directs. I think from subsection 1 here, the contention they are having is they didn't order the audit. Pamela Monroe Ellis saw it fit to do the audit. That's why they're calling it a special audit, because it was done by Mrs. Monroe Ellis. And they are saying Mrs. Monroe Ellis not to send it to them. Mrs. Monroe Ellis to send it to the minister responsible. Now, Mrs. Monroe Ellis needs to respond to these things because she is looking incompetent in public. She needs to respond to a lot of what these people casting all over. Carlos there. Wagwan, Carlos. Morning, how you doing? Antoinette Fairweather. Good morning. James, how are you? Annie Jones. Let me go back to this. Wait there. On this page, yeah. So section 30 of the FFA Act states the Auditor General report on examination and audit of any accounts audited pursuant to subsection 1 shall initially be submitted to the responsible minister for presentation, subject to requirements of provision of the Act. Remember, if because this is the Financial Services Commission and Tax Administration of Jamaica. I'm sure those are Nigel's area, is it not? But if it's Nigel area, remember, things have a way of catching cobweb per Nigel desk. So no need to be aware of that. The Act also says the responsible minister, upon receipt of the report, shall obtain the observation of the public body concerned on other matters which have been drawn up by the Auditor General in the report, and cause such observation to be presented to the House of Representatives together with the report. Me confused. No, me confused. Me not tell no lie. The Act also says if the responsible minister does not within 2 months of receipt of the report present to the House of Representatives, the Auditor General shall transmit a copy of the report to the Speaker, to the sidewife of the House. Now, this to be presented to the House. This sparked an important question from me. If Nigel Clark is the responsible minister, was the report sent to Nigel Clark? Remember, there were reports on Nigel Clark's desk with regards to SSL and other financial services. And after the whole SSL debacle, Nigel take up the letter, decobweb it, de-dust it, open it, and know what is in it. Mrs. Monroe Ellis needs to explain this. Was before sending the report to the House of Representatives, was a copy of the report sent to the minister responsible for the Financial Service Commission and Tax Administration of Jamaica? We need these things clear up, because we there in a crowd are flutter and a buffle over who is telling lie, who is misinforming us or confusing us, and is it deliberate or by design, or will country administrator them just done so overnight? It is understood that the parliament has taken the position that no individual, agency, or department is above the law. Me don't believe that, and me and Uno no say that no go so me not lament upon it. So as soon as the Auditor General observed the provision of the financial of the FFA Act, then all reports will be tabled immediately. How long does it take to clear up these problems? If Mr. Golden never raised the issue, nobody would know, so the report never submit properly. Why Uno never concerned before Mr. Golden asked for the tabling of the report that the report was not done in accordance with the law? Did Miss Monroe Ellis botch the reporting? Did Miss Monroe Ellis just send the report to the House of Representatives? Or the question is to be asked, did she send the report to the minister responsible 2 months prior to that? Somebody needs to answer that question. Jamaican foodie, Pamela McNeil, good morning and welcome. Colleen Jones, Tariq Antonio, good morning. It is an important question. Was the report sent to the minister responsible prior to the report being sent to the House of Representatives? Or if Mrs. Ellis cannot give clarity to us, is she being threatened? Want to remember our beat and teach there? Somebody from the Integrity Commission, come in, never focus on the chat, did get shot. They don't know, remember that? Do you all remember that scenario? I think he needs to hear from a constitutional lawyer and Auditor General. We country mash up. Rush, good morning. We country mash up, and we are a major part of we country being mash up because we don't forceful and robust enough when pushing back. Tina Moore, good morning. Tina Moore say yes, one of the integrity people did get shot. Miss Ellis did not fetch the report up. The junker them. Yeah, there be a them junker there because at them alone have something to hide. Hyacinth Coley, good morning and welcome. See, somebody else is remembering the integrity person who was injured. So it leads me to ask the question, is Miss Ellis being threatened? Is Miss Ellis, let me just roll back and so. Thank you for coming back. There was a bit of admin push. Is she being threatened to stay silent in order? Definitely so, Tyreek. Is she being threatened to stay silent in order for these people to continue to confuse us, to continue to hold on to power because they don't want to be exposed? Remember, I say Monroe Ellis did come tell us about the 1.7 trillion, is it not? Don't you think they would want to keep her silence? It was Miss Ellis when we know about how much a million, trillion rather, not even million, not billion, trillion, that is unaccounted for between the Prime Minister, the same Stephen Christopher, who used $5 million of your money to sign a deal with a racist, an overt racist, more racist than Trump. Cutting a deal with a racist to give your medical and personal records to somebody where not afraid to sell your details to Anthony Fauci. So Anthony Fauci can design in bacteria and viruses to dominate your DNA. These are the racist people. Vernon Adams, good morning. That your government is signing deals with. And not only that, your government is allowing Frank Hester to use that to rebuttal his racist behavior. To say that I'm not racist because I do business with the Jamaican government. The same man that said he wants to shut Diane Abbott, a black member of parliament in Britain, and seeing Diane Abbott on television makes him hate and want to kill all black women? Are you serious, Jamaican women? And you're passing over your health record to this man. You're going to allow the Minister of Health to give away your record to a racist who wants to kill black women. A racist who would want to make black women become infertile. Are you seriously going to take that risk? Kofi, good morning and welcome. Are you seriously willing to take that risk? Is there something that we're going to stand up for? Is there something that we're going to stand up against? This is the life of black women in our country. How much other deal does this racist have in Africa and the Caribbean to continue the demise and the destruction? Thank you very much, Tariq Antonio. Deborah Cohen, good morning. Genocide is real. Trust me, Deborah. The problem is Jamaica people has become so relaxed, complacent, and things say them have to run with it so because I saw it go. This is a man who wants to shut black women. How long do you think he's going to take to sell your medical records to somebody like Dr. Anthony Fauci, who is hell-bent and taking a disease out of an animal and manipulate it so that it can attack the human population? Are you serious, Jamaica? Are you seriously going to make this thing slip? You need to all write to Christopher's office. You need to also write to your MPs. You need to also come together. All of these women organizations in Jamaica, you need to stage a protest. You need to stage a protest. You cannot hand over. You cannot hand over all of these personal things to people who are vested in your demise. While they're making profit off you, they're killing you at the same time. They're controlling your population growth at the same time. Donnet Hamilton, good morning. They're controlling your population growth while they're also here to make money off you. You know, see why Jamaica can't grow? Because when these major investments are done, how much the people of Jamaica on the ground benefit from them? Nowhere here say the Jamaica government could have struck this deal I'm just waiting on the advert to go. Right. 1 second. Tash, good morning and welcome. Welcome back. Relaxing Melodies, welcome. Sometimes when you see I stop, it's an advert that's been pushed. I'm aware the advert doesn't push at the same time for everybody. Tyler Charlie, good morning. Good morning. But this is a very critical issue, people. This concerns your health and the holding of your personal and health record, your DNA type, Wayne Hamilton, your blood type, a whole heap of sinting that deal entails. The issue, though, we are being told that your government could have got that deal for 2.4 million US dollars. A million or a billion, me did say, hold on. I wait there again. 2.4 million US dollars. But rather, with no concern for the Jamaica people, they cut the deal for 5 million. Yes, million. 5 million US dollars. Over 100%. Over 100% more than what the country could have saved 2.6 million. But your Minister Tufton decided that I am going to give the deal to one of my friends in order for them to benefit from you, the Jamaica people. Well, you, the Jamaica people, now go get the benefit from it. We need to get active in our politics. We need to become active in our politics. Unless we do so, the status quo is going to remain where this particular family that is there is going to take the house and keep it like a fidem. The issue has become a battle of he said, she said. We've never seen this type of behavior in our parliament. Mitchie, good morning. We've never seen this type of behavior in our parliament until this dictatorial family. I mean, when that look so. Until this dictatorial family takes take over the running of our national business. No form of accountability, no respect. As Deborah Cohen is saying, it has become a playground for the Prime Minister and his wife and his friends, that they can choose to shut down the opposition budget debate when it suits them. They can choose to come to Parliament to defend his wife, but not responding to the questions of the people of Jamaica. This got here because of our lack of engagement. That's why we are here. Lack of engagement. We don't put our politicians to work. We allow them to do what they want to do. How much of you can say to us in Jamaica that I have picked up pen and paper and I've regularly write to my council and my MP to do with road, water, drain, gully? How much of you are doing that? How much of you in your Yes, welcome back. How much of you, Sharon Robson, good morning. How much of you in your little different communities and within the voting, the divisional voting blocks of Jamaica, how much of you have your little organization, your little group, community group meeting or community action groups? How much of you in your community in Jamaica have your little community action group where you come together and discuss the issue of your community, and there is a designated one of you or a group of you who regularly champion these issues with your MP? Stop phoning these people when you have dispute with them. The last thing you want to do if you have a dispute with any public or private body in your country or any organization that provides you a service, when you get in a dispute with them and you pick up your phone and you call and say, can I speak to a manager, supervisor, or general manager? Wrong move. Wrong move. It must be done in writing. Even if you pick up your phone and call them, as soon as you come off of the phone, you pick up your pen or you go up on your computer phone or whatever. Further to our conversation dated on the 25th of March, 2024 at around 1:30 p.m. And then you outline the conversation you want to have on the phone and you send it to them. This is a way to record your dispute. But when you go tell them, say, no, I didn't call last week, who remembers that you called? Nobody does, and nobody really cares. They also won't care about your email and your letter when you write as well. But you know what? You have that as proof to go further. And in case you have to send things to them by mail, send it registered delivery. Why registered delivery? When it get to them, somebody have to sign for it so them receive it. Somebody have to sign for it so them receive it when it's sent registered delivery. You have to know how to deal with these people. They're always trying to con and dodge you. And we in our parliament at this moment, we have the worst we've ever had as politicians. This is why our politics has become so confused, especially since this family that is there realize they are losing a grip on power. Veronica Gale, good morning. They knew, Rena, morning, how are you? They knew it was the case, but it was highlighted to them at the recent local government election. They really saw that they're losing a grip on power. And when dictators see that they're losing a grip on power, their automatic move is to get a vice grip and tighten up the thing more. The issue is talking alone isn't going to take us anywhere. Those on the ground at home need to get active on the ground. Your right to freedom of protest and assembly is enshrined in your constitution. Follow the domestic processes at home to achieve such, whether you have to apply for a permit or you have to give notice. Don't let that be their excuse. Holy by the time you tackle them about the issues in your community, they're not aware of it because nobody in the community is reporting these things to the MP or to the parish council office or to the MP office within your ward and your division and constituency. But we need to become more active. The less active we are, is the more crooked and corrupt government become, because they know that no one is watching them. Or even if they're being watched, people are not being active. People will just speak up. Come out of the fear, Jamaicans. The fear now go take we nowhere. Come out of the fear. A lot of what make on a government do to know is just the simple fear of arrest. Sometimes we have to be arrested to protect our rights and our freedom. It's as simple as that. But before I go on, no, don't left yet. May I charge? Make sure you don't hit the like button before you don't leave. Drive Time London will not be aired this evening because I have booked my appointment to go and have my hair done, and it's within that time. So Drive Time London will not be aired this evening, but definitely we will definitely be back tonight to follow up on anything we need to follow up on. But the letter from Dr. Dawes would also be on his page. I'm going to post that letter now to my Facebook page. I'm going to post it to all my Facebook pages. And we will continue this conversation because this is quite an alarming issue. I wasn't aware that this racist man had such an important contract with the Jamaican government, such a lucrative contract where we could have gotten it cheaper. But your minister, Tufton, decided to give a contract to a racist for $5 million when Dr. Tufton could have gotten it for 2.4 million $. That same Dr. Tufton who stole billions out of the healthcare. That same Dr. Tufton, who overrun Cornwall Regional Hospital by what? 20, is it 20 billion? Is it 20 billion, Cornwall? Let me look again. 20 billion. Cornwall Regional is overrun by 20 billion, as well as another portion of 1.3 trillion is missing under Dr. Tufton's guide. Remember, it's the same Dr. Tufton, 21. 21 what, Carlos? Remember, it's that same Dr. Tufton who killed your babies, who realized there was a bacteria, 21 billion. It's that same Dr. Tufton who realized, Andrew McWagwan, that there was a bacteria in the hospitals killing off your babies. And that Dr. Tufton hid it from everybody. Not just hid it from everybody, but did nothing about it. This same criminal Dr. Tufton. And this is the same criminal Dr. Tufton, where rather than doing work as Minister of Health, the Palm Beach in a Westmoreland, a patrol drugs bus. Yes, that same Dr. Tufton. Are you going to let Dr. Tufton get away with this by selling your medical records and personal details to a racist organization who the head of that company is determined to kill black women because he hates them so much? And you're handing over Jamaican women medical record to this man who is currently embroiled in a racist role in the UK because of his hatred for black women. Are you going to let Dr. Tufton get away with this? Don't you want your $5 million back and to cut the deal cheaper as Dr. Tufton could have had it? What's the relationship between Tufton and Hester? Miranda Rada, good morning. Is there any friendship or family connection between Chris Tufton and Hester? Remember, Chris Tufton are the descendant of Old Master Pickney them. Is there any family connection or business partnership connection with Dr. Chris Tufton and the racist Frank Hester? Those questions are to be asked of Dr. Tufton, and Dr. Tufton needs to answer those questions. It is our 5 million, 5 a million or a billion US, 5 million US that Dr. Tufton hand over. It's our money in US dollars. 2.5 million. We could have got it for 2.4 million. And for some reason, Tufton saw it fit to do the deal for 5 million US dollars of your money. Given that you do not have X-ray, you do not have CT scan, you do not have MRI scan, you do not have dialysis machines, your Minister of Health gave away 2.6 million US dollars. Can somebody calculate it in Jamaican money, please? 2.6 million US dollars. Can you all calculate that in Jamaica money? 2.6 million US dollars. Tell we how much in a Jamaica money that Christopherton has handed over to a racist. When Christopherton couldn't get it less, 100% less. Altair, good morning and welcome. Is Jamaica going to let this slide? Not only that, Christopherton give away 2.6 million US dollars of your taxpayers' money to you know who. Over 400 million Jamaican dollars. Over 400 million Jamaican dollars. Debbie, the figure that you put, you have to whittle it down. When you put it so, hey, I would have never be able to call this. So you have to whittle it down to the 400 million. No, sir. No, he's a PhD. He's not a medical doctor. He's a PhD. Christopherton and Andrew, them are business management or something like that. Them study at university, you know. He's a PhD doctor. He's not a he's not a medical doctor. He's a PhD doctor. Christopherton should have more at the Department of Business and Innovation and Skills or whatever, if they have something like that. While the criminal Dr. Harris Chang would have more serve at the Ministry of Health. Them have him at the Ministry of Gun because, you know, say him love deal bringing the whole illegal guns. So them place them where they can either thief or commit them crime. A Sofuno cabinet. Bernard Rodriguez, good morning. PNP, he said, cannot campaign on achievement because they achieve nothing. Have you ever looked at the Michael Manley era of Jamaica and the Portia Simpson, PJ Patterson? Are you saying there's nothing there? No achievement there? Do you understand your employment rights and the developing rights in Jamaica in the 70s? Are you aware of who those policies are? I'm just saying, Rodriguez. Ubuntu, good morning. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm sure a lot of these highway policies that you see the Prime Minister running around boastfully about, they need to Manley achieve nothing for Jamaica. Some know say you're dunce this morning. And first me go call one of my viewers dunce. And some know you dunce, Bernard. Are you one of them dark, what you call them now? Coming on like disrespect my viewers. But when you're so tribal and dark, to say Michael Manley did not achieve anything, it don't make no sense me argue with you, young man. Sunshine, so you're fully done. Elaine, so you're darker than midnight. But if a road a mate is sending you here this morning, tell her to go and sort her problematic marriage, Elijah B. And Nesta said, Bernard, Nesta need to come if him have a vice, because if on a notice, Nesta has been cancelled in this country. Romaine Martin, Marcia McKay, good morning. Cancel Nesta Morgan in Jamaica. You notice Nesta Morgan don't have a voice anymore. It's only when they want come jump down Mr. Golden throat, but the whole of way there to stand by Mr. Golden. Because Mr. Golden last Tuesday evening stood by us. And if you turn up with who? Turn up with you. The Prime Minister and him Skettle and him wife Rhoda will walk out of Parliament with Evelyn Rodriguez Duns. Bernard, where your head way up next to darkness. That's why you can't say nothing. Provoke me this morning and I'll line you all up. But you're not going to get to me. Murder. But me not going to make you provoke me peace this morning because Good Friday will come. Fish and bammy and bun and cheese. Roger Bevan, good morning. Fish, bammy, bun and cheese, corn, hamony, and the all of them. I wonder if we should bake one potato pudding. I'm going to think about it. If I should bake one potato pudding. So you can go on with your dunceness. Whatever dunceness them send you out, you have to come down. Go and pick up a book. That's why you can make wholeness come ring bell in our community at night time. Way past the Nice Abatement Act and no, say it's illegal because you don't pick up book. Rhoda the wife and Juliet are the side wife, Britain. So with Parliament become about side wife, concubine, and husband and all sort of malarkey in our part. Yes, Nesta has been cancelled long time. Romy and Martin cancel it. Brr, come out here. What talk to you? Where you come from? I come own up Jamaica People Inc. Part them figure. Who you? Nesta when I have nowhere to live. Who is you? But one thing we notice with these JLP politicians, you know who for them live in a rent house? Only for these JLP politicians live in a rent house or in-law houses. Florence Hamilton, how you doing? Colleen, how are you? Colleen James. So come out here with the dumbness and come talk about what Michael Manley did. A lot of the rights we had in the so-called independent Jamaica, the rights that our constitution was boasted with. I know here they spoke about it in the Privy Council, that Jamaica, since independence, spend more time developing the rights. A lot of that were done and started by Michael Manley, dummy. Take your head out of Nesta's weird end. Up the too dark. You're not going to see nothing. Move your head. Be able to see the light, you dumb old piece of thing. Name those rights. Go pick up book. Me not there to teach you. Me spend 6 years of you in a university and me learn a lot. Go pick up book. Go and pick up a book. The same money wanna walk and thief out of the housing trust. The same money wanna walk and thief out of housing trust. Where did for build housing for poor people and for contributors get money for build them house? How come you want to take a walk a road? Listen, Dunce, go on. Go on, Dunce. Go on, Dr. Jamal. Dunce. Basic school. Coming by now. This was one of the things that Manley did with people like you, Bernard Rodriguez. He saw that you was in a miry clay and you're not ready for basic school yet. So what Michael Manley had to do is put you in Jamal first. So you even know say A, B, and C, and Z, and X, and X. That was the purpose of Jamal. Because people like you, Bernard, didn't know A from B, from Z, from X. That's why Michael Manley had to come up with Jamal to prepare you, Mr. Rodriguez, for basic school. The issue though, Mr. Rodriguez, you have not managed to pass the basic school knowledge of sociology and politics. So please, in the name of God, in the name of God, go on, you dunce. Hello? Hello? Veteran, can you call Popey for me, please, and tell him I'll call him back if you're here. I'll call him back when I'm done. Jackie Rockwood, good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, Duns Rodriguez, you get enough of my time now. Go on, go pick up a book or go type something in a Google and read. And don't come over here with your political campaign. Go and talk about how it politics turn whorehouse. Go talk how Juliet and Rhoda and Andrew use with Parliament turn whorehouse. And that's enough you're concerned about. The whorehouse will Parliament become with Andrew Holness and his wife and side wife in a Parliament. But thank you all very much for being here with us this morning. As I said, I'm going to have my hair done, and we will definitely come back tonight, 6 p.m. Jamaica time, 11 p.m. UK time, when we will all continue the discussion. Thank you very much for your support. If you're here and you have not subscribed yet, there's a 30% of you who are watching global television who has not yet subscribed. I'm at 11,900 and what? Let me tell you. 11,911. I'm asking for our 89 of you. 89 of you who have not yet subscribed. Please do subscribe to Global Television and take me to 12,000 by the end of the day. Thank you very much, and we will definitely be back with you later. Good afternoon from Global Television.